Hello, everyone, and once again, welcome to Nicoletta Pichardo. She is starting a movement with currently over 100 coaches coming together to support our doctors, support healthcare field, because there is a lot of stress and people don't necessarily have all the tools, and sometimes they may need additional support and they may not know who to turn to. So I'm extremely impressed, and I will let Nicoletta answer some of the questions and explain to you how it works. Very proud to be working together and collaborating together. Welcoming Nicoletta at Polish Your Life. It's a big pleasure for me. So once again, welcome. Please introduce yourself, Nicoletta. Let us know what people can expect with your movement called Coaches Against Corona.
Thank you so much for having me here, Mike. I'm very excited about sharing more about what we want to create because of this very, very stressful time that we're all experiencing. And it seems like every time we turn the news on, there's more uncertainty coming our way. It's a scary time, and it's a scary time, especially for our healthcare providers. When you think about many of us are sheltering in place, and that's stressful, but for our medical providers, doctors, nurses, all the people that are treating patients, every time they're going into work, they're going to the front line, and the levels of stress that they're experiencing are amazingly high. And that's, for many of the healthcare providers, we really think that they are really the second victims in all this. We have the patients, and then we have the medical care community who has really been impacted and hit so hard. And not just themselves, for the doctors who are feeling so stressed, and the nurses, bringing that home, bringing that into the conversation with patients, bringing that into all the other conversations to ourselves, the impact in our medical, on our own well-being, really. And that's what we want to change. We want to offer additional support. We want to be there to serve and lift the healthcare community as they are lifting us during this very difficult time.
Wow, this is really, really, really amazing. I'm so happy that you're doing that. And please explain to me, if I'm a doctor watching this, I'm a healthcare professional, and I may be under much more stress than I'm normally used to being. What do I do? Let's say I see this video. What do I do? How do I contact you? What can I expect? What will happen? How that support actually looks like and feels like?
Yeah, thanks. That's a really good question. How does it work? So if you're a doctor watching this and you see that maybe you've got some staff that's really stressed, or maybe you're a healthcare provider and you're just feeling overwhelmed, thinking it's too much, or just even wanting a little bit of lift, a little bit of support, what do? Well, you go onto the website. It's coachesagainstcorona.org, and there are really 3 ways that you can sign up. We've got a sign up for all the coaches, the support people who are going to be offering the free services to you. And then there's another sign up for all the medical providers who want to tap into this free resource. You're going to be connected. You'll receive a welcome letter, and you'll be connected to one of our certified coaches. It's really important for us to make sure that everybody has a lot of training and experience in helping people through stressful times. So all the volunteers, and these are all volunteers, nobody's getting paid for any of this. This is one community seeing the need in another community. That's all this is about. So the certified coach will be matched with the doctor, or you maybe possibly the nurse, or anybody else that's really working on the front line. You'll be individually connected with somebody to work with you one-on-one. You'll be working remotely like this. So location is not an issue, because as long as you have an internet and a phone or a laptop, you can connect with your coach. And you'll be able to have at least a minimum of 3 free coaching sessions. And during that time, you can talk about anything that's really causing you stress right now, and have somebody. Sometimes it's just for venting. Sometimes you want to have a few new tools to manage stress. Sometimes it's just knowing that somebody is there listening to you, wanting to support you, is what makes the powerful difference, not just in your own life, but in everybody that you're coming in contact with.
When we are stressed, we usually see and feel that everything around us, metaphorically speaking, is spinning, and then we need somebody to be able to grab on, to hold on to, that is going to be a piece that is stable. And I want all of you to know, if you're watching this, you may be a healthcare provider, maybe you're one of the doctors who are part of our networks, maybe you're somebody who knows somebody who may need it. Just know, because I asked Nicoletta myself how it works, it is absolutely amazing. Those are volunteers. This is not a business trick to sign you up on any kind of coaching service. This is a purpose-driven, mission-driven initiative and a movement called Coaches Against Corona to be able to support people like you. So reach out to Nicoletta. I am extremely proud, again, to work together. And wanted to also bring up another point, because in healthcare, we talk about HIPAA, we talk about privacy, and you may be hearing as a coach, because she has 100 plus coaches right now and it's growing. So if you speak to a coach, you may be sharing some information that is private. How does it work, Nicoletta? If you could tell our doctors and healthcare professionals, how does it work with privacy?
Confidentiality is the very cornerstone of professional coaching, which is why it was so important for us as a coaching community to come together as certified and trained coaches who've gone through rigorous training themselves. To receive the ICF certification means that you must adhere to ethical standards and confidentiality. Much like in counseling and in therapy, well, let's say, Mike, you and I were having a conversation and I was your coach. Our conversation, just as in a therapeutic relationship, is confidential. Once we hang up the call, no information from our call can be shared with anybody else. Now, of course, if you want to share and say this was amazing and I want to share this resource with other people, with other healthcare providers or somebody that you think this would be amazing, absolutely, and we would love that. However, the conversation that you have with your coach is confidential and private, just like it is in the medical field, and the same standards apply to therapy, counseling, and to professional coaching as well.
This is really awesome. And I know that a lot of people may be very interested in either signing up, checking out, or maybe having a consultation to just figure out if it's for them. I encourage everybody strongly to at least connect and figure out if that's going to be a good resource for you. I'm convinced it will be. And when they do that, when they contact you, Nicoletta, please paint a picture of kind of like an ideal situation of, let's say it's a 3-session situation, maybe 1 session, or maybe it's going to be 3 sessions that you're going to give to a healthcare provider. So somebody contacts you very stressed out. Let's say they had multiple sleepless nights and a lot of stress. Then they talk to you and then paint a picture of what they can expect in the ideal situation and the most favorable resolution of a problem.
Absolutely. When I'm working as a coach with somebody who is managing stress, for anybody that's in that situation, when we're able to, manage that and bring that down, and imagine what it feels like after sleepless nights to have a conversation and to actually sleep through the night again. That's not just sleeping through the night, that's just the number of hours, but how are you showing up? How are you showing up with your clients? How are you showing up with your family? The conversations we have with ourselves change when we're rested. So in that scenario, just getting a few hours extra sleep, because we now have the tools to calm our mind, to bring a little bit more peace. If you're a healthcare provider, think about the nurse that is able to rest, that is able to calm that anxious voice that says, this is all too much. The impact isn't just for the individual. So in the ideal, it's the ability to take what you're learning in those conversations and show up differently. I mean, life isn't going to change for us. Life is as it is. So the only thing that any one of us, any of your providers, any of the doctors or nurses can do is take it on that when we change from the inside, we're able to deal with the outside with a lot more calm, with a lot more groundedness, and a lot more stamina. And that touches the people in our lives.
I love that. This is so good. This is so great. This is what Polish Your Life is about. And I always talk about my mission. my mission is to support 1 million lives, to improve 1 million lives through the people that I support. And keep in mind that if you are in healthcare, your performance is not only the performance for the sake of how you show up at work, but this is a huge meaning to your patients. Because if you are a better provider, a better nurse, if you're stronger, if you feel like you can support more people and you're the best version of yourself, which this type of service can help you with, you are able to improve more lives. And I get a great feeling of having chills on my body when I think about the impact of that kind of service. Once again, Nicoletta, thank you so much. Once again, tell everybody where they can find you, what the website is, and to all of you, connect with Nicoletta, because I think this is a great service for you.
Well, thank you so much. I'd love to hear from all the providers. We'd love to have more providers reach out to us so we can offer this support for free. And the best way is to look at the website, which is www.coachesagainstcorona.org.
Super. Thank you so much. All the best and have a wonderful day, everybody. And stay tough. It's not, like I always say in a situation like this, it sometimes takes more guts to ask for help than it takes to stay tough and pretend that everything is okay. If it's not okay, because it's not okay for most of us, ask for help, reach out. And especially if you have people who are collaborating to give you the help, just don't be afraid to connect. All the best. Take care.
All the best.